Let's switch it up in this empties video. I want to talk about first the makeup that I'm going to toss for my decluttering, which I'm constantly doing. So the first one is a loose finishing powder. Actually, no, it's an invisible finish loose sitting powder. This is from the brand Fiona Stiles. Now, her brand used to be, she's a professional makeup artist. She used to be at Ulta Beauty. She's not there anymore. And I'm not even certain if this brand is still like sold where you can pick it up. I almost was tempted to open it, but I'm not. And the reason why is when I went into my drawer to kind of go through my powders again, I opened this one and I would have kept it had it not smelt like it's just a repeat. This smell keeps following me wherever I go. You know, what is it? That, say it with me, what do I always say? That paint smell, high octane, what else do I always say on this channel? I always drop stuff. High octane, trying to kill me, paint thinner smell. Why does it smell like that? I have no idea. So, I mean, I got this when it was at Ulta. So maybe over time, I don't know. Maybe that's its way of saying I need to go. Next powder to go in the trash is from Maybelline. It's the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is in the shade Medium Deep. So what I do is, as I'm deciding what goes and what stays, I will spend, whether it's like early in the morning, later at night, you know, I just like start putting on extra makeup and I start putting it on and letting it sit and kind of see how I like it. I kind of see the tone and so forth. Just play around. And the more I was comparing this to like what I have now in my drawer, the shade of this powder looks a lot more neutral on me. But neutral where it's going towards that cooler tone, and I can see like a hint of gray. Also was showing was this powder is very dry. On me, underneath the eyes, and I don't bake, but it just had more of a drier appearance on my skin. And I test a lot of the powders in this region here, so under the eyes and that cheek area, especially where there are pores there, so I can just see how it will be. So it's also a powder that I don't touch, and I think I just naturally started to gravitate away from it. Maybe I wasn't noticing that it was making me look drier, but it's just not something that once I started to really study it, it's going in the trash. And the same thing is with this one here from Black Opal. This is the Deluxe Finishing Powder Oil Control Formula. Now, this is the same thing. This is a very popular powder within not only the beauty community with people of color, but for me, I don't have very oily skin. I'm not looking for stuff that's really going to mattify me. I need to look like I got a walking thunderstorm. Olaf clouds above me. That is me. So again, the dryness. This actually looked drier on me versus the Fit Me. The shade is good. This is, I think, medium. Yeah, number 3 medium, but not here for the overly matte look. Another product here that was sold at Ulta. Don't know if this brand is even still around. It's from Jane. It's the bronzing powder in the shade Give. This was one of the bronzers that I would say from a drugstore brand back in the day that this was at Ulta that gave the options of a deeper, richer bronzer for people of color. So this is Give, and it came in a different shades, but I noticed that, okay, even though it's not around, I may still want to use it. But when I'm trying to pick up the powder, because of this overlay with the oils and stuff, this is old. I wasn't getting as much powder on my brush. It was looking very patchy on my skin, again, because I'm not getting a lot on my brush. So it is time to let it go. I have other bronzers, of course, that really give me a smooth blend, like Physicians Formula. Again, it's very old, so just kind of playing around with it. But another one I wasn't gravitating to because, you know, just it's not right for me. Now the next one is also not right for me as well. Now this is another popular product too, Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer. This one is leaving. This is in the shade Tan. This one is leaving because it just does not give enough coverage. It would have been good if this Fit Me Concealer would perform like, let's say, something in the manner of a thin Bare Minerals serum concealer. You know, kind of have that at more of a drugstore option for customers, but it doesn't. It's very incredibly light as far as coverage, and I just have other ones that I'd rather use. So I don't want stuff just sitting around for the sake of it, whether it's newer or older, when I know I'm just not going to be using it as much. Now this one is very old, it has a slight scent to it, but I already have another one, so I'm already using that. But this is actually a really good concealer. Not only at a drugstore price, it's from Wet n Wild. It's just their Photofocus concealer. I think this is the darkest shade, which is in dark cocoa. This matches my skin really well. I can use it for blemishes. I can use it for under my eyes. It will give me a lot more coverage than, say, the Maybelline Fit Me. It is not as full coverage as the L'Oreal Infallible concealer, which won for my best of the year for 2019. But it is a great concealer that does not settle, does not crease, does not budge. It's a good concealer. So this one is just old. I can smell it, slight smell, no. So I just pulled out my backup, and that's the one that I'm using. The next three items here, same thing. They're just really old, except one I have already have another one, so I'm using that one. But I'm not actually sure if I'm going to even keep it anymore. It's the CoverGirl Queen Collection Natural Hue Liquid Foundation. This is just really because it's harder to find this in the stores. It's harder for me to find this online. And it's, again, when it comes to my foundations, you know, the foundations is something that I feel like I'm almost looking at twice a week versus once a week, as far as I feel I have too many. I started using this one back in the day because it offered to me what Marc Jacobs foundation was, when I think it's the, whatever was his first foundation that came out, and I couldn't, it might have been Genius foundation. I remember getting a sample and I couldn't find a shade match for me. And then when I found this one, I said, this one feels exactly like the Marc Jacobs. So that's why I started wearing this one. And it's good, it's just not readily available anymore. And I have these other foundations, which of course not only readily available, I want to use those up. So this one is already old, so this one's going in the trash, and then I had already another one. So that's the one I have out. I'll use it from time to time. I use that one more so for when I'm kind of testing out my makeup, like what I was doing with the powders. But other than that, I'm not really touching it. So I need to decide whether or not if that second one I have ultimately needs to go as well. These two are leaving, and I'm not thinking about repurchasing these either. This is from Rimmel. It's the Match Perfection. This actually has a long title. 2-in-1 Skin Tone Adapting Concealer and Highlighter. Now this is in the shade medium. This is a good concealer that is very yellow based. And if you have golden, you have olive undertones, your warm undertone, this is a medium dark or my skin tone. This is an excellent concealer that you can use if you do the highlight. So you do the highlighting type concealer, lighter under your eyes, your nose, and so forth. This is perfect for that. So it's a great color. It's a great formula. It blends in. The reason why it needs to go is I don't do that anymore. I don't. I use other products to give me that lit from within, that light effect. I don't do it with concealer anymore. So that's why I haven't touched this, I know, in years. So it needs to go in the trash. And then this one is from Makeup Forever Ultra HD, the Invisible Cover Concealer. Another one that is old, probably just as old as the Rimmel. But this is in the shade R50. I used R50 as a corrector way back in the day. But I wasn't using it because A, I don't really do the correction anymore, but until I touched Dragon Beauty's corrector, so now I'm kind of like going back into that. But second, this particular formula is gone. They have reformulated it, changed it, and it's just not the same anymore. So I'm not interested in their new version. Again, this one's so old. If I'm going to color correct, I will use the Dragon Beauty Skin Perfecting Potion. that is my #1 corrector right now. So trash it goes. The last to go are blush single pans here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just put them in the bag here. They're all various shades. There's some that are like an orange tone, a light tone. I'm not going to open it up because it's like getting dirty. But these are from Makeup Geek. This is another product that I was testing, playing around with. And what I've noticed with Makeup Geek, now this is the, before this rebrand here, I noticed that over time, the powder itself will get patchy, and there's big gaps between the pigment. So for blushes, it's the same thing. It wasn't so much as not enough is picking up on my brush. That's what I noticed. I found that kind of strange because my brush looks like it's got enough product on it. However, it's not blending out the way it needs to on my skin. So I said, again, I look at my blushes and I said, I have blushes that are performing perfect, and maybe it's just time to let these go because I'm just not going to touch them. I don't want them sitting around. So that's what's going to go. Probably expect that in most of the empties in this year. You're going to see a lot more decluttering. It'll be from all different stuff. This rock hard sponge, used one time, is in the trash. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This came in some sort of like a little gift set when I picked out 2 products at Ulta last year. One time. I don't remember if it got really large when I wet it because the only thing I remember is this rock hard to blend in. And I don't even know if ABH sells sponges. So maybe this is just something that was in that gift set with Ulta and they just put their logo in. Nope. This brush, unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to. It is a brand of brushes that I really liked back when Sonia Kajik was at Target. So it's their Brush Tools number 18, but a lot of the hairs are coming up and it's not grabbing. This is a natural hair brush. It's not grabbing the powder and the formula like it needs to apply. So I'm even going through my brushes too. I have donated so many brushes that weren't even being touched because, I know what I like now. Or, I just have what I use on a regular basis. And the last brush that's going to leave is because it made itself an empty. This is from Artis, the Elite 1. So from the time that I made a dedicated video on this brand, Artis, because they sent me this. From that time frame until January. So it's been a few years. I just went to wash this. I was using this. No, every time I did my makeup, I would use this because it creates nice crisp lines for your lipstick. It was the one that just had that flat top of hairs. It just popped right out. There was actually one little hair sticking from it. Popped out, but otherwise it was washed every week, every Sunday, had no issues. So, I don't know. It's gone now and I'm going to miss it, but it did the job. It did the job. If you look at those brushes from Artis, they're expensive, but the cost per wear, I see now, it is worth it. It's worth it. Next are wipes here. This is from Nicole Miller. This is the Vitamin C Facial Cleansing Wipes. These are the wipes I get when I go Marshalls or TJ Maxx, whatnot. Whatever pack is $3.99. I just grabbed these. They're packs of 60 count. And they're good to wipe off for swatches and so forth. It's really fast, quick, when I just need to get off my face or off my hand. I'll use that. I noticed that the ones from Nicole Miller do not tend to irritate my skin and they don't irritate my face. Because I will try real quick, try to get it off my face, whatever I'm doing. So for now that I know, Nicole Miller is now moving forward the brand that I just go. So when I go to Marshalls or whatnot, I'm looking for Nicole Miller, and I actually found a 3-pack, so 3-pack of them together, rose version wipes, and they were $3.99. $3.99. Moving on to the blue bottles, always here in the house, always in the empties. So I went through 2 bottles of the Nivea body wash. I usually have 1 lotion, but I don't have it, so almost done. So next month you'll see it. Always in my Empties bottle wash of life. Now, another product that I'm thinking of just using for its purpose because it works so good. It's from Sebastian. It's the Color Ignite Multi-Tone. Now, why I like this as a conditioner is it has that shaving foam mechanism here at the top. I use this to shave with, so I don't put it on my hair. I just use it to shave. It's very hydrating. I like the foam that comes out. It doesn't get like all gunky and so forth in my razor, no matter where you shave. No matter where you shave, I'm just saying that. You think about that, okay? I'll leave it up to you. It will get it gone in a very close shave. So I have several bottles of these because when I did use this for my hair, it went on clearance. It was like $4, so I just grabbed them all up at that time. More products that work really good. Drunk Elephant. Finally finished the Glycolic Night Serum, the B Hydra Intensive Serum, and then the C Firma Day Serum. I need to do an updated skincare routine, kind of let you guys know what's going on for AM and PM. But what I do now is for the glycolic, I alternate between this and the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. So now I'm already on the Pharmacy. So once I finish the Pharmacy, I'll go back to this. I just rotate, go back and forth, go back and forth. This is stronger than the Pharmacy, so just letting you know. I did not purchase another one of these. I am when the VIB sale comes, but I didn't pick up another one to use because I noticed in my fridge I had a Pixie vitamin C. So that's actually the vitamin C I'm using right now. It's from Pixie. I want to use up what I have and then I'll go back to this one. But this is a good vitamin C. I have zero irritation with any of these products. My Pixie vitamin C, that one has vitamin E in it as well, and the E actually helps the C, work its best. So very happy about that. And then I'm also going to pick out another one of the Hydra Intense serums in the VIB sale. So those will be the three that I pick out. I'm just using up what I have now. I just went in the fridge and I was like, oh, look at all that stuff you have in there. You need to use those up too. Now, this one I did repurchase because it's my holy liquid gold and I'm always going to repurchase it. So this is from the brand Hada Labo and it is the premium lotion. So what this is I've talked about it a lot on the channel, but I started out with the light one that had the blue writing. So I kind of think of that as like tier 1. If you're new to this, the different liquid levels have different forms of hyaluronic acid, which is the moisture you need for your skin. You need to be feeding the moisture for your plump skin, for that dewy skin, the natural. You add the hydration, you're going to see a lot of issues with your skin go right away. So I started out with that. Then I went to the middle size, what I say the mid tier, which was the yellow bottle like this, but it didn't say premium. And then this would be the top, which is premium, which has a lot more versions of it. This one is also a lot more of a thicker in texture than the other 2-tier liquid gold bottles. That's what I call it. Those are more like water, like thinner, and then this one's a little bit thicker. When I went to go repurchase this, they were out of this, so then I went down a tier. I just got whatever was there. But now what I'm going to do is when I see it, I'm just getting the premium, whether or not I'm almost done with the bottle, and move from there. The premium is my ultimate favorite. This one gives me what it's supposed to do. Major hydration. I also finished up my Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. I've actually already have repurchased this. This is what I love to spray, well, whenever, but I do spray it more so in the mornings and as part of my skincare routine. Pat it in, let it do its thing, and then move on to the next product. This has hyaluronic acid, black oat. It is very gentle on the skin, and I really do like milky type products because that's just is giving me a lot of hydration. I like products that are for those, dehydrated skin. Just give me the moisture. I have 1 pack of the Beauty 360s. These are the premium cotton pads. I use this along with my son, also with my Shiseido. He uses this obviously more than me because I use my Shiseido. But, here and there, I help him out with this. I also finished Fresh Beauty's Black Tea Kubachi Essence. This is the travel size version. I can't be without this. I have not been able to get down to Sephora to grab a full size of this. I don't think I can wait till the sale. I am using another one that I have like in my collection, but I feel like I want to use both. I know, so extra. But we'll see. We'll see if I can. I do have a gift card I need to use, so I can use it towards that. Anti-pollution age delay. This is so incredibly antioxidant. The pollution, all that's good. You know, you live in those areas. I don't live, or what I would consider in those areas city-wide where it's heavy polluted. Big, you know, high-rise cities and so forth, you worry about that. But just the antioxidant protection, the hyperpigmentation that has been disappearing on my skin. I don't know if you noticed that. I certainly have. This essence is words cannot describe how good this essence is. It has reacted so well on my skin. It's going to be different with everybody though. And I think I forgot to kind of mention that too when you're talking about the skincare. We're all going to have different results. I'm giving you what has just been working for me. And you'll notice it too because I just keep repurchasing stuff. And you know, it works. 2 dropper bottles here from The Ordinary. This is their 100% rose hip seed oil. And then this is the hyaluronic acid. Now The Ordinary's hyaluronic acid is something that I would say is something newer that I brought into my skincare routine. And I do like it. I like the price is right. And I just do 1 dropper full. Again, feeding in that hydration. Your skin's the last to get it. You need to do it. You need to do it. Do it. This next item here is new to me as far as not only the brand, but the product itself. It's from Stiles. It's their facial toner, witch hazel, aloe vera formula with rose petal. I remember seeing this brand. I guess maybe it was designed differently. So I tried, and you know what? I just like to get a smaller size here just to try it out, see how I like it. The rose petal was the one I first got. Now, it's okay. This probably is the first rose type product of a toner that I'm trying, and I'm like, okay. Which is, you know, I feel it's rare for me because I do like rose products. But they also have a lavender, which I perked up because I love lavender. And they have a cucumber, and I'm not too much of a cucumber type of person. So I think I'd rather try their lavender first. But this is a, you know, just the dropper. So I'm going to try the lavender and see if I like that one. And it is 3 fluid ounces. This is excellent for travel. I'm happy that that is at Target. I saw it. There's also a spray version. And then I saw that at Ulta. That's actually where I got it. The last product is from MAC. Needs no introduction. Fix Plus. Now this is just the travel size one, so it's going to go back to MAC. I always have my big size one right here. So if I do go anywhere, I'm not coming back to the house, travel, whatever, vacation, pour it in here, call it a day. And so that's what I do. But otherwise, this always stays right here. And I actually use Fix Plus every day in my skincare routine. Oh, I do have another item here that just straggled right over here. This is from MAC. So this is actually going to be what I'm going to throw away because from Declutter. This is old. It's old. But this is the Matchmaker Concealer in 7.5. So it's not blending out the way I feel it needs to. It also is a concealer that I need to mix with other concealers too, so I wasn't too happy about that, but it is old. Yeah, it's old. It needs to go. So for MAC's concealer, I like the one in the pot, the Studio Concealer. I've always loved that one since high school in the pot, so I would say that one and the Pro Longwear, little liquid one, NC42. Those are my favorite ones from MAC. Let me know what caught your eye if you're using it as well, and if you're having similar experiences. Like I mentioned in my best of 2019, I like to hear how stuff is working out for you. And kind of, you know, I'm curious. Are we having the same experiences or not? So make sure you leave them down as comments. Thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by and watching. I appreciate it. I wish you a good day or a good night. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. So please come back. Bye.